So I'm actually having a decent hair day today, and I figured I might as well document it because that can change at any moment. So one of the things I kind of always wanted to give a try to on YouTube was making a daily vlog kind of video. But then I had the realization that I am the least interesting human being on the face of the planet, and I don't have enough people around me to kind of stage something and make it look like my life is interesting. So what I think I'm going to do instead is every once in a while I'm just going to post up a video. If I happen to do something interesting that day, I might actually post a video about it. Like I've kind of done that, kind of, not really, but kind of. And I'm thinking I might start kind of mishmashing stuff from, just, everyday stuff and mashing it all together. And it won't look like it's all in one day because my hair will look different. I'll be in different clothes, but hey. So pretty much what I'm doing today is I've got very few plans for today, but I've decided to do two things that are kind of interesting and one that is completely not interesting. I have a dentist appointment this afternoon at 6 o'clock in the evening, which is kind of bizarre. I have no idea why my dentist appointment is at 6 o'clock in the evening, but it is at 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm obviously not going to vlog about that because who the hell wants to watch these people clean my horrifying teeth? But tomorrow is my father's birthday. And this will actually be the first birthday of his where he has been deceased. So we don't really have any plans for it. I mean, why would you celebrate a birthday really for somebody who's already gone? But what I decided to do is I am going to get a bottle of red wine. My father enjoyed his red wine. He used to have a glass of red wine every night. It was mostly, he had a bad heart, so it was mostly a heart thing. But he really did enjoy his wines. So I figured that I would commemorate my father's birthday with a bottle of red wine. I'm going to get a very small bottle of red wine because it's just going to be me. And I drink wine not regularly. So I'll pop it open, I'll have a glass, and the rest of it will probably turn to vinegar. So let's head on in and get a bottle of wine. Wine. Yeah. I think we're going to go for this one. Always interesting going in to buy a bottle of wine when you know absolutely nothing about wine. I'm more of a beer person. Well, got my bottle of wine. I did settle on the Ruffino Chianti, and I picked that because I know it. So...
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
So did you know kale blooms? So let's just take a moment to appreciate the flower explosion that has happened in my front garden. Don't mind the weeds. So we're here looking at my garden again. I know I've already done a blog about my garden, but let's discuss. Because we had this freaky thing happen this year where it got really, really warm and everything started to bloom, and it got really, really cold again. So everything died. We're not sure how many of my hydrangeas we lost. And I know I showed you guys my hydrangeas last year, and they are my children. I love these things. This poor baby here, I think, is actually coming back. We thought it was dead, but as you can see, there's just a little bit of greenery coming back, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we may have saved this one somehow. This one's gonna make it, as you can see. This one, whether it makes it or not, we are going to be pulling that out. That's actually a weed. That greenery that you're seeing in there is actually a weed. So we're gonna be pulling that one up because they're kind of fighting here. And it doesn't make sense to keep it. This one's gonna make it. My I just walked past my knockout rose. It already has buds on it. So where are you, buds? There's a bud. And this one is going to make it. I originally thought this was dead. I do have to get in here and weed because I have, these are blackberries that are shooting out of my hydrangeas. So I got to handle that. But we have life. This one, unfortunately, because of the positioning of it, thank you, Father, that is going to be pulled up. I'm going to try to move it somewhere. I'm hoping I can transplant it, but I don't know if it'll survive. This one, yep, I'm seeing life. There's some life behind the blackberry there, so I'm seeing some life there. And I am seeing life on this one as well. So it looks like I may have actually saved my hydrangeas. Now I just got to get in here and tackle the weeds, and we'll be good. This rose bush is coming back strong, and I'm really happy about that. Is that a bud already? Oh my God. Yeah. It looks like we have a bud, which I am very happy about because this particular plant last year was the first time it has bloomed in 10 years. And now it looks like we have a little tiny baby bud. I'm very happy. I'm very proud. I'm very proud of this rose bush. And there's another one like right in front of it. So this is a carpet rose and it's supposed to be climbing around the ground. I don't know what the hell to do with this point. There's like, all the weeds grow up right in the middle of it, and this thing has got thorns on it that'll frickin' kill you. And it's also the neighborhood trash catch. So how much is that doggy in the window? Today's next project, put that thing together. You ever get something that you really want and then pull out all the parts and immediately lose the will to live? Going together a little easier than I thought. So it's several days after the last post that I was in the middle of doing. And as my grandmother would have said, today is for stinking for rot. This has really been a heck of a day. We had storms yesterday, and we're still kind of in the aftermath of it, but it's mostly just, at this point, it's just wind. And the winds are just, they're absolutely horrifying, these winds. So my mother wanted to go to the farmer's market. So off we go to the farmer's market, but I was very low on gas, so we had to stop and get some gas on the way. So I pull into the gas pump, and I open the door to get out to go fill up the gas, just as we got a wind gust, which ripped the door out of my hand and smashed my door into a jagged brick wall. So I'm now on my way to the body shop because I have to get an estimate on fixing that because I'm missing a humongous chunk of paint and the edge of the door is just crunched in. So every time I open and close my driver's side door or the rear driver's side door, it's scratching up against itself. So I've got damage to both doors because of this. It's just lovely. Just lovely. My car's not even a year old and I've already got damage. It's just great. And I'm anal retentive about my car. So I'm constantly like, you know, any little thing that gets on there, I'm in here with like a towel, like wiping it off and everything. And then there I sat in horror watching my car door get pulled out of my hand and smashed into a wall. There it is. Fabulous. Well, this is just wonderful. I just went to the body shop and they can't even give me an estimate until Wednesday. They can't even have somebody come out and look at it and give me an estimate until Wednesday. Which normally would be okay, except for the fact that every time I open and close my car door, the damage gets a little bit worse because it's catching on the back door. So it's getting worse every time I open and close the door. So I'm probably going to have to find another body shop to go to because this needs to get handled in some way, shape, or form faster than Wednesday. It is Friday right now, so, and I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. It's just my car isn't even a year old yet, and I'm getting all this damage. Hang on a minute. Okay, so change of plan. I think the guy might have showed up in the video. I'm not positive, but a guy just came out while I was shooting that last bit, and apparently he heard me talking to the receptionist, but he was on the phone. So he came out and he did the estimate right there. It looks like it's about $1,000 worth of damage, and it can be fixed without having to replace my door. So that's always a positive. They are unfortunately going to have to paint both my driver's side door and the back seat door, so that's not something I'm looking forward to, but it's got to be done. So now I just have to do the claim process, go ahead and get my insurance company hopefully to at least pay some of this, and we'll go from there. He did rubber mallet my door, so the car doesn't look like the images you just saw of the, you know, how it's all folded in. He just rubber malleted that out so that it wouldn't be slapping against each other and I wouldn't cause any more damage while I'm trying to deal with the insurance company. So that is always a plus. And I'm kind of glad the guy came out, because my last car, my Toyota RAV4, had been in an accident, was parked in my driveway, and my mother actually backed into it. And it was a long story, but she hit the gas instead of the brake, and she went at speed into the front of my car, so they actually had to, the RAV4 had to have its entire front end replaced. Holy crap. Are you serious? Okay. But she, you know, she hit the front of it and they had to replace all the body stuff anyway. I think they had to replace the radiator and some other things, but this place did a really, really good job with my RAV4, so I wanted to bring my Mazda there. So I'm glad he caught me, and hopefully we'll be getting this fixed sometime next week. So fingers crossed, guys. Verstinken verrot. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging in there with me. Like, comment, subscribe, bell icon. See you next time. Bye.